Well, I was going to hook up a microphone, but we need a little more light. Something like that. I think that'll be it. Okay, let's get organized as usual. Drinks plenty.
Not a tent.
Don't have any snacks. There are no snacks.
You literally just ate dinner again.
Just ate dinner. What to do? Gotta pick a topic to talk about.
What did I do? Oh.
Sorry.
I struggle with technology. There we go. I fixed it. Yay!
Okay. Well, that's not bad.
Well, I don't know. That's weird for me.
Why?
I'm not used to being visible.
Used to being invisible?
Yeah. Well, sort of in the background.
Yeah.
In the dark.
Maureen's here and Sue's here.
You can't poke the fire. Oh, I will be, don't worry.
Yeah, we've got
Glass doesn't stop me.
we've got plenty of wood. And we'll turn up the light just a smidge more.
Yeah, it's raining outside, so we have to be inside today.
Yeah, we're inside.
Hiding out.
I mean, the forecast was for a thunderstorm, and so we're not interested in being outside in the thunderstorm.
It was lightning last night.
There's some thunder and lightning last night too. Yeah, we got some changes in the wind and the weather. I actually, when it was thundering and stuff, I looked outside to see if the horses were bothered. There wasn't a single one that cared. Do horses care about thunder and lightning? Doesn't seem so. So.
But a ladder, that's the end of the world.
A ladder, an umbrella.
Plastic bag.
Mother Nature, no problem. Human-made objects seems to be a problem. Okay, I'm just quickly.
She's going to do feet tomorrow. Summerland Farms.
Who's that? What's that?
Summerland Farms.
It's doing feet?
Tomorrow.
I did. Today worked on 4 different horses here. 4.5 actually for feet, and then tomorrow is the other 3.5. So feet are a big deal. I think I encourage everybody to give it a go. You know, just start with just rasping the outside of the hoof. I did a video about this a while back about doing maintenance on your horse's feet, and yeah, I can't really say enough about it. It's really empowering to be able to manage your own horse's feet if you can, a little bit, even if it's just maintenance, even if it's just sort of playing around and not necessarily just playing, but understanding the shape, just like when I did my Lena video, the live stream for Lena, and you just slowly work at it. It's not a speedy sort of thing that you got to get done. It's not a race. Just slowly get it done right, and pretty soon you get faster, obviously. But anyways, so what does she say? She says doing a maintenance trimming tomorrow. Farrier comes in 2 weeks. That's great. You know, I keep thinking about doing some kind of trimming course, but I don't know. It's controversial. It's hard to do. We do have a local, not local, or up north place that does them. And boy, they really get beat on. People have nothing but time on their hands sometimes to say not so nice things. So I don't really want to.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they do have some people that say good things, but there's a lot of people that want to I mean, it's a barefoot trimming course, so no shoeing and stuff. So the status quo of farriers, shoers, and stuff like that will quickly sort of. What's that? I got a message. Just a minute. It's an important one. It's from the vet. Wouldn't hurt. Avoid pointy rocks. No problem. Anyways, so I don't know. I think keep things small for now. Just keep doing what I do. I got enough things to do without starting a school of some sorts. Maureen says we look cute together. Oh, thanks. I bet Jen's writing something. My guy and I did 2 feet today. We tag team, do 2 feet at a time. Makes it easier. We have 2 horses. Siddelicious. Absolutely. Actually, Jen was here when I was working on Gracie. And both, I had already done, I think, most of the horse. I think Gracie was my last horse. So I was getting pretty tired. And I did 1 foot and you take a little break. I did the other front foot. And then I took a good 20-minute break, which is a reasonable amount for me. Yeah, but I really could have come back, like I did on the live stream for Lena. I could have come back much later and done the back feet, but it's great. It's a really good idea to take breaks. Working on feet, if you're doing it right, can sometimes be quite tiring because you're really trying to get things precise. And if your horse is having any trouble, then they might not, pick up their feet so well. So. But yeah, 2 feet at a time is really good. Fronts, then backs. Don't do lefts and rights, maybe. That's a good thing. Yeah, Fireside chats. Let's see. I've got my computer. If anybody's wondering what I'm looking at, I have my computer here because it's so much easier to look here than it is to look at a phone for me. So.
You have old eyes.
I don't have old eyes. My eyes are great.
It's true. I have the worst eyes.
Jen, your hair is pretty down.
I know. It's so nice.
Yeah, it is, right? It looks better down than up.
What? Well, don't say that because I almost always have it up. It's practical with horses to have it up. And daycares.
I put my hair up all the time.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'll put a comb in your
hair. What does it say behind my head? We've got this sign. Where'd we get this from?
My parents.
Your parents?
Yeah, my dad.
We've got this. I think it comes up normal, right? It shows up opposite on the phone for me.
You can wash our crackers.
It says, welcome to our fire pit. The s'more, the merrier. So this was cool. It's from Jen's parents. We meant to hang it at the fire pit, but it's ended up, we have another one outside. It says, welcome to our fire pit or something, where marshmallows and friends both get toasted or something like that. I don't know.
Exactly.
So kind of
funny. This one won't work outside.
This one will work out. It's true. This one will work outside because it's a composite board and
so it came to our inside fire.
It probably just fall apart.
Yeah. So that's why it's inside. Everybody knows I love fire.
Yeah, fire's nice. This little this little fireplace dealio here was came with the house. Well maintained. Got it cleaned. Actually, I could recommend enough. If you got a fireplace, make sure to clean it up. So. It's toasty warm.
It's wood. It's real wood.
Yeah, it's real wood.
Yep.
It's a real fireplace. It's not gas. So it's a really nice feeling. Actually, I gotta admit, it's a nice heat. It's kind of a chilly night tonight here in the Lower Mainland, Vancouver areas and stuff like that. We've got poor weather. I don't know. It's gonna change. We'll get back to. I think Monday is supposed to be nice, and then Wednesday is supposed to be nice.
Yeah.
But I don't trust the weatherman. We were supposed to have thunderstorms. We got barely kind of a sprinkle, a little shower here and there today. I could have got so much more done. So. David has gas. Oh man, I don't know. Should you say that publicly? Fireplaces are actually fireplaces are unusual to have now. Wood ones. You have to sort of inherit a house to have a wood fireplace nowadays. It's really
Yeah, it's an old house.
it's an old house.
Yeah.
This house is 60 years old or so, and the original owners moved out when we moved in, and they had raised the bottom level, so it was a rancher, which means it's a one level place, and then they made it into a two-story house. Lived here for 40 years or something.
Yeah, 40 years.
40 years. And it's kind of a time capsule, so there were some changes to be made. And still more to make, maybe. So.
There's a joke. You see a joke?
There's a joke in here?
Yeah. It's funny.
I don't know. I didn't see the joke.
Dun, 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 dun. What's the difference between a hooker and a drug dealer? A hooker
Oh,
wash her
jeez.
crack and resell it.
And Belt. I don't think that's a regular subscriber, by the way.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure this person's coming to say jokes that are inappropriate.
Oh.
If there's any children's.
Oh, well, that's terrible. I thought it was funny.
It's of the adult nature.
Well, I wouldn't think kids would be watching this time of night, but maybe.
Well, it's pre-recorded, or it's recorded.
Ah, oh yeah, I never thought about that.
The one thing that
Hope you're not being naughty.
yeah,
I
the
thought
one thing
so.
that has been brought up in the past, and we also try very hard to make sure that this whole channel, other than that one joke now, so it's very children friendly, and we've had I've got a few emails, had a bunch of comments. I've talked to a few people where they will have sat down with their children to watch what's going on or listen to something that I might be teaching or something, and they're actually really happy that it's quite children friendly, because some horse channels are not, but a lot of them are. So we'd like to keep it that way as well. So
Yeah.
that's our goal. Airbus is new. Airbus Aribus.
Yes,
Not
A-R.
Airbus. Aribus. That's cool. Welcome. Yep. We got lots to talk about. We're sort of getting warmed up.
It's warm.
It's warm. We could probably actually turn down the fire thing. We'll chuck on another log or something soonish.
Ooh.
We got lots of logs. There's lots of firewood here, as you guys have seen. There's so much firewood. That said, though, cedar actually doesn't burn very hot, so it's not, and it burns quite quickly. So it's not a great firewood, firewood, especially for an insert or something. A better firewood is a hardwood. Cedarwood's a softwood. So. Anyhow, let's see.
Oh, Sue tell the joke too. That would be a good one for Haley.
Why did the banana go to the doctor? Because he wasn't peeling well.
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna write
Yeah,
that one down
yeah.
and tell her. And say I made it. I always try and come up with jokes.
It's true. Jen's not able to throw so much fire or wood on this one.
I know. I haven't.
Uh,
I already got in trouble.
we do like the outside ones for sure. I mean, I don't think either of us are shy about making large fires. We've had enough wood to burn bushes and trees, and you know, it's nuts. It comes with the territory. If you're going to build on a place that has a bunch of bushes, has a bunch of trees and stuff like that, then you can't get away from fire. So we don't, and we still have so much more to go.
Yeah, well, and here too, if you want to clear it and take it, you often have to pay to take it anywhere.
Mm.
So
It's true. Even though we live in such a huge country,
Yeah.
and we have so much space, we still have to pay to get rid of our slash,
Yeah.
our shrubbery and garden stuff. And,
Yeah. It's not.
actually, mainly in Maple Ridge.
Yeah.
We live in a city in Maple Ridge, which is oh, I don't know, about 40 minutes outside of Vancouver, depending on how fast you drive, maybe less. And Maple Ridge is not a very big city. We don't actually have, unlike a lot of cities around, we don't have garbage included in our property taxes and stuff. So it has to be extra. And the funny thing is, you know, Maple Ridge is bush, it's forest everywhere. I mean, it's not a very built up place. And yet we still have to pay. I mean, we still have to actually ship off some of our, I mean, we don't do that, but other places that have small gardens and things that they want to fix up in their yard, they have to pay to get rid of it. But we just sort of wait and bring it to the fire pit, or when we were building the place, we had a bunch of bonfires essentially. Pretty much where the arena is, because it was a very large area, so everything would just get piled into there with the excavator. The guy that came to work here, he would just start piling on trees after trees. I mean,
those were big.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've done a couple. I think I did one video where I actually showed what this place looked like before we got into building things up, and it was pretty I mean, it's really nice now still, but it's developed. Obviously, we put in a bunch of paddocks. We got 2 arenas now, and we're slowly sort of cleaning up the shrubbery, the stuff, the ground cover stuff. Trying to leave as many trees as possible. So outside of those ones, like the ones that were hanging over top of the arena, the ones that were going to hang over top of the enclosed arena, and so we had to get rid of those. I mean, they were just going to fall and break something. And in fact, one of the 3 we call the 3 amigos, the cottonwood trees that were back there, a couple of the branches had fallen down, and I think it broke one of the fences. I mean, there's always too many leaves.
Yeah, you didn't like that. There's a lot of videos of you doing leaves.
There's a lot of videos of me doing. No, it's just a lot of time of me doing leaves. I hated it. So, you know, I've never liked wine glasses. I gotta admit, because the opening is so small, but the glass is so big, and the wine is so far down. You know what I mean?
Well,
I like just a normal glass. If I could just put my wine in there, I'd be.
See, I don't enjoy it at all. But I have the other wine glass if you would like. The short one.
No, whatever. No big rush. Thinking about snacks, but I'm not that hungry yet. Okay. We've got questions. Maureen, not again. You're too kind. You need to stop. Just, you're wonderful. We love, actually, I was just saying on the live stream, Jen wasn't here, she hasn't watched it yet. She was starting to watch it. I was like, hey, let's start the fire. And I was saying in my last live stream, it is incredible. I mean, it is just, it's mind-blowing how much support.
Yeah.
How much, and it's not just, you know, little tips, something, we buy coffee or something, it's really nice, you know. I mean, I live off of coffee, so that helps.
We should start buying you snacks so you can start showing off the snacks you buy.
Cookies and stuff. I mean, I snack a lot. Because I'm constantly moving around and doing stuff. I'm burning calories like crazy. I'm constantly eating. Anyways, so anyhow, just utterly amazed. And it's not, so that's what I mean. It's not just, you know, some tips. It's the amount of just straight out positive and encouraging and complimentary comments. I mean, I was saying in the lesson, I say that you answer a lot of the nice ones, the ones that don't have a lot of questions, like things that you guys really want to know, how to deal with something sort of more advanced and stuff. And Jen will answer quite a few of the just really nice ones. Oh, you know, the horse looks good. I really like the way that goes. Or you guys are doing great. That's wonderful work. So she gets to see, and I read through them as well. But she primarily is the one who's responding to you guys.
It's me.
And sometimes I'm in there too. I'm not out of it at all whatsoever. But I mean, it's a pick-me-up.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah.
It's a real pick-me-up. There's days where, and I know some people will be like, wow, my goodness, how do you do it? Or how do you have the energy for it or something like that? And there are definitely days where you're just like, I don't want to go to work today, or I don't want to build a whole new paddock again. I've already built 7 of them. I think I'm done.
It's a we there.
We don't want, but I'm telling you how I feel. You want to build
I
paddocks?
have built
Do
7.
you want? Oh, we
I have built 7.
I didn't mean to say I, because I did say in the last live stream, which just today, that we're very grateful for how many people have contributed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Physical labor, or bringing snacks, or
cooking for us while we're working all day.
Jen's sister tends to come in and cook and take care of things.
Yeah.
So
a lot of help.
Anyway, so it's a big deal. The support, the encouragement, the compliments, the stuff. It's a pick me up. It's something nice to see, nice to read. It's encouraging. And the other big bonus about it, in my opinion, it's not just, it's energy for us, because a positive atmosphere and a positive community, everybody comes up. So I think that's great. And, we get to tell our friends and our kids that there is this world, there is this this community, there's a bunch of people who are kind, who are respectful, who are nice, who are complimentary, who are supportive. And it's not, the internet and the news and stuff like that is just full of things about bullies and how not to get hurt and how not to be alone and how not to whatever. But we're all about how to learn, how to be positive, how to look for solutions, how to critically think. And, we're constantly like that with the kids anyways. But having a large, this community is getting bigger. We're doing nothing but growing. And I think people are attracted to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just us. It's
big
not
it is
just
for countries. I love that. I think it's incredible. All different countries.
It's true. It's true.
I think that's neat. Be talking to someone from Poland, from the States,
Ireland, Norway, Scotland.
Norway, that's someone from Norway. That I find fascinating.
Australia, England, France.
France, we have a couple in France.
What else? God, there's tons of countries. Can't remember them all.
Yeah, if we forgot anybody's country, let us know.
So it's really cool. And we wouldn't, if we didn't have all that, we definitely wouldn't be doing Fireside live chats or something like that. Just chitty-chatting away with everybody. We'd be all around.
Staring at a camera by ourselves.
No.
No.
That's not, I don't think we'd be staring at a camera. I think
if we were still trying to do it, but there was no one there.
We might watch a movie or something.
It's on the fire. Sue wants to know if you have any room on the other side of the arena for paddocks. No, because
on the right-hand side of the arena, if you're looking down the arena, on the right-hand side is the neighbor's yard. Our property line is literally 5 feet off of the fence line of the arena. So that green thoroughway that you guys see all the time from the arena is actually the neighbor's yard, even though it kind of looks like it should be ours. We've been asked about it a lot. In fact, when it was a little bit more open, we had some boarders or somebody. They actually took the horses over there and started
riding
going. I was like, no, get back here. It's wrong. But our neighbor is actually
lovely neighbors.
Really nice people. They didn't care. In fact, he even invited me. He says, if you ever want to use our forest as well for horseback riding, feel free to do so. Very, very kind and generous people. Older, so there's the flip side of it where we kind of worry a little bit.
Yeah, we do.
How long they'll be around.
Yeah. Go in and check on them.
Yeah, we check on them. I'll go. I think I did a video one time where I'd gone over and just shoveled his driveway, or no, I blew out the driveway because it was covered in. We had a massive storm, windstorm, and it just blew leaves and stuff everywhere, and so I just took my leaf blower over there. Yeah, it's good.
Help that neighbor.
I think everybody should be like that. It doesn't matter if you live far, live close, kind of thing. We're even though we're the houses are unlike normal houses nowadays where they're maybe 10, 20 feet apart. We're 160 feet apart. Yeah. but we're still very close. We see each
Yeah.
other all the time and wave all the time and say
They
hello.
come throw apples at the horses and
They throw apples at the
Yeah.
horses.
Oh, no,
I'm not sure if they're trying to hit them or feed them.
they bring us cauliflower. He grows the best
Oh yeah, there's
cauliflower
a really good
ever.
cauliflower.
So
There's
good.
a lot of flowers, vegetables. Big gardener, but I don't know. I think this might be the last year. Might be his last year of gardening. We'll see.
Dave's
So-
saying that wine glasses tip over too easily. It's true, actually.
Yeah,
He
they're
says-
top heavy.
he
Center of
says that-
gravity sucks.
This is a coffee mug is acceptable.
Totally, man.
Tracy was saying, do you have any more future plans to develop the back area?
Good question.
Yeah.
When when we first started this place, I had a lot of plans. We had it up on in Photoshop. I had grabbed a satellite view from like Google or we actually have a system here in Maple Ridge you can go and access for free, and it shows everybody's properties, all their property lines. It shows the topographic view, meaning what's the grade of certain things, where do they go down, because we actually have a creek back there. If you guys are new to this channel, you wouldn't know that, but if you're older to the channel, you'd know sometimes I'll go back there. I actually did a Q&A down at the creek, and it's just a really nice place to go, but it's a 20-foot drop.
Yeah.
It's got to be about a 20-foot drop down into the creek. So there's some useless land back there other than its pure beauty and the ability to go hike and enjoy it and stuff like that. And what do you got going there? Oh man, did we get,
Yeah.
what is a SEC 20?
I don't know.
Yes, you can absolutely donate to Horsey Cares. That's
But-
wonderful.
She's already gone.
She's gone?
She said, hi, I love you. Nice to see you. Been a while. I'm not feeling well, so I have to leave.
Oh
I'm not
no,
doing
well if you come back and watch us, thank you again. I
We'll
mean,
catch up soon.
amazing. But actually, I think we should do the box and the fire.
Oh!
thing up.
Yeah. Oh. Ah, the fire!
Jen's not taking care of the fire very
That's
well.
sorry. Somebody wasn't feeling well. I wanted to make sure I took care of them.
So I do want to talk about the back. Just give me a second. Jen's gonna reset the fire. I'm gonna go grab something that we've been meaning to. Is Alice here? Alice is here.
She is?
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Smells like fire in here.
That seems strange.
No, I mean it smells like there's a lovely fire going.
Oh, good.
There's a particular. I mean, it doesn't smell smoky in here, but there's. Hey,
This
careful
is
there.
what I dropped. Oh, no.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
You get burned on this thing back here. Turn it a little sideways or something. Direction. Okay, fine. Yeah, just leave it. Okay, so I was just gonna say. I mean, you know. There you go. Yeah, close it up.
He wants a
Close it up.
fire critic.
There. See, smoke was stirring.
What?
Looks good.
Do you want me to turn
Awesome fire.
that fire thing button?
No, it's good. Keep it low. Oh, low. I was all running out of wood. Oh, you know that one. Middle.
Vacation packages to expand the brand. That's funny.
What?
I have to move closer to the camera, further away from nothing. Hey, what'd you do?
Well,
Kill
I
my
told
fire.
you should put the wood sideways a little.
It was not until you touched
Well,
that
that's
little.
when you get lots of oxygen in there. Okay. Enough of this bickering, folks. Okay, where was I? Talking about the back. And after we talk about the back, I want to talk about this lovely thing. We'll put it right in the middle here. I don't know what's in the box, Carla. I don't know yet. But we're gonna find out.
Oh, that's right, David. David said you should have brought the wine bottle. But...
You should bring the wine bottle with a new glass, because this one's.
Oh my goodness, you and your bringing a mug.
We don't have any snacks, do we? Should buy snacks. No, nothing crunchy. Okay, I'll talk about the back. When we first got this place, as I was saying, I took a topographical view, satellite view, and a topographical, and I overlaid one over top of the other so that I had the property lines as well. And I knew exactly where the property was. And we laid out how things should go. And it's kind of turned out that way. It's kind of turned out mostly how it was planned. Not entirely. Obviously, we had to work with the land that we had. The pond wasn't planned. We had no idea there was an old well there. The paddocks, the way they are now, was mostly planned, but the second arena wasn't even in there. I mean, we had a round pen planned, which is about the back arena is about the size of a large round pen, or a pretty good round pen, but it's rectangular, and so that was sort of planned. But the thing is, though, when you plan it all out, and you even if you do all that stuff in the beginning, because we had to do something because we were having somebody come in with an excavator. Oh, that's better, yeah.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. It's the same shape.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I thought you were bringing me a mug. I was like, yay, a mug.
Oh, whatever. You're good.
I don't know.
Really?
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. But it is kind of really pulling on the bottom, you know.
Yeah, but I tested it. It's fine.
Is there supposed to be a different bottom for this?
No.
Like, why does it look like... Because look, it's all melted on this corner here.
Yeah, I know. I'm not looking.
Why is it melted on the corner?
Because I put it in the dishwasher one time and melted it.
It's plastic. It's not plastic.
It's a free cup. You're fine. Do you need me to get you a mug?
I don't think it's going to stand up properly.
It'll stand. See? It's not. Look, you're fine.
Oh.
Anybody can make something fall over if you knock it.
Okay, now your fire's going crazy.
I turned it all the way down.
More, all the way. There you go. So when it comes to sort of figuring out how to develop and where to develop and stuff, there's a lot of times where you got to be there to sort of plan them in the end, and you have to put in certain. So we've now just finally put in the that back arena. The back two paddocks have been set for a little while, but there's got to be a roadway that's going to be able to get down there as well. For maybe for emergencies, maybe to get a dump truck in there. If we had to get a dump truck all the way back there, we should be able to do that. So we actually have to do a little bit more before we can plan too much further. Like I said, once we get back there and we sort of figure, currently it's mainly just building up the pathways that are back there, the forest area. So building up forest pathways for training, for trail riding, obstacles, so more controlled obstacles. I mean, you can be out in the forest and be out at a park and some tree has fallen down across the path.
Better?
Thanks. Did you bring the wine bottle?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyways, when you when you get back there and you sort of see what it looks like in person, you kind of go, there it is. Great work.
Thanks.
Well, you were told to bring the wine bottle. I didn't tell you.
I forgot. I
was
know.
double checking.
Well, no, David said it when you got up, but you just brought nothing.
Oh, I see.
So,
It's true. I did brought nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
So the main plan really is to build out the forest and controlled obstacles. So small trees, big trees, trees with a gap underneath, little pits and stuff like that. We're hoping we can have something controlled for water, like a little water passing, and then a bridge over top of water. But we have to be a little bit careful about doing water stuff because down the way, I believe a couple of creeks down kind of thing is a salmon bearing, or they believe is a salmon bearing stream. So you have to be very cautious of what you do. or the city gets pretty unhappy with you. Anyways. So yeah, the plan is really just currently to keep building up the trails and obstacles and make them. I'd like the trails back there to be useful year round. Right now, if it gets too soggy, it's no good. Your horse goes in a foot and a half into some parts. Some parts are good, some parts aren't. And so the plan is to build that up, and that'll take a little bit of time. Until then, well, that's fine. Go ahead. It's like being in the movie theater, right? You're crinkle with somebody with a package.
Are you gonna open?
Okay. So hopefully that answers your question. But we've done so much. We actually need to settle down. We need to calm down about this business of building things out and stuff. The other side of things actually is we're getting busy. We're getting much busier. And in fact, by the end of this month, there'll be another couple of horses that are coming in, actually for training.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to continue doing all the growth. Or us.
She says it's carrots in the box.
Carrots in the box. So,
jeez.
The fire is hot.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up licking the phone soon.
Yeah. Maybe put in less wood next time. Then it won't be so hot.
No. Okay.
Anyhow.
Fire. It's great. Perfect fire.
I know I was saying something. What was I saying?
We're talking about building
Alice says it's a watermelon. You already know what it is.
It's a watermelon.
We have a box. This came as a big, huge surprise. What was I doing? I was on the phone with you.
Yeah.
And I heard the door knock. Somebody knocked on the door. It's unusual for anybody to come to the front door. We live in the middle of nowhere practically. So
very quickly distracted.
I was like, quick, I gotta go get the door. And
it's a mailman. Squirrel.
It's a mailman.
Off he ran.
You don't hear the mail. Anyways, if I order something that I know it's coming, like the book last live stream, and I was here. That book. And so this time a box was dropped off. I didn't have to sign for it, which is nice. Otherwise, I have to go get it the next day from the post office or wherever. And it's from Alice. I don't know what is in here. I don't know exactly what's in here, but it appears to be like a care package kind of deal. That's my opinion.
And we're so excited.
And we're
dorks.
It's really cool. It's really nice. Again, it just comes down to I don't know if I have proper words for it.
Incredible.
Thankful.
Yeah. That's a good word.
And again, it's just another one of these things you look at and we get to brag to the kids. We're like, there's another really cool person that's just, it's out of the kindness of your heart sort of deal. I don't believe that the world is what the news makes it. I don't believe that the stuff you read in newspapers or articles online and stuff like that, I don't believe, and this is more what I believe, and seeing it in action, being able to prove it, it's awesome. So for that, thank you. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's wonderful, but for that alone, for the sentiment, for the meaning behind it, for
what it represents.
What it represents.
Yeah. And you're from Oklahoma. I think that's what it says, right? Oklahoma? Oklahoma.
It came from OK.
That's Oklahoma.
The land of OK.
The land of OK.
So let's open this up. I hope you don't. I hope she doesn't mind. I don't imagine you'd mind us opening this online.
I would eat carrot cake.
Carrot cake? I don't know. Chocolate cake's nice.
It's for the good you do. Aw, thank you. Open! Yeah, of course I have a big fire going. I'm talented. Indoor, outdoor.
Hey, something to burn.
Can stop me. Woohoo! Fire!
There's a note. Oh, I see. The box was too big. So I put another mask in to fill up space. Don't have to show us on video unless you something. Can you read that? I can't write at all either, so.
Unless you prefer.
Prefer.
It's very easily read. So I don't know why you couldn't read that. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
It is pure chance at this game at this time. I think that either way we would have done something, but a live stream. Whoa, cool. Look at that.
Wow. My goodness.
Is this I think that you'll have to give us some history on this thing. Look at this. It's a cool little mask. It's a clay mask, right? It's one of those. Oh, is that supposed to come down?
I don't know.
Did I break it? No. Yeah. So it's got a feather. It's got some beads here. There's a bit on the back, obviously to hang it up. Feather up top. Looks like some straw, and the rest of it is clay with engraved.
Did she make
sort of? I don't think Alice. Alice, do you make these things?
I think she just said, "I'm crafty."
Do you make these things?
Did you make that? I think she did. Isn't that what it says on the inside?
Well, I think so. Alice Walter, Cherokee Nation, J, Oklahoma, primitive native art.
Wow.
That's cool.
That is super cool.
That's really nice.
We love handmade things. Oh my goodness.
A funny thing about me, well, it's mine, isn't it?
I didn't get to see it either.
No. Think about me, another little trivia bit. When I traveled all around the world. And everywhere I'd go, I would try to find something that was handmade, usually a painting, small or big. And I would try to find something from some local artist that's off in the middle of nowhere, has some tiny little shop or something like that. And I would go and buy a painting or something from there. And so this fits. This kind of stuff fits for me. Look, a hanky.
Is that for you?
Yeah, it's for me. It's a bandana. More paper. Ooh, gloves.
Dibs.
No way, it says for me.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. My gloves.
I'll just go to sleep and then I'll steal them.
That's awesome. I actually am constantly going through gloves and just non-stop.
Especially trimming.
Especially for trimming, because I'm always sort of hacking my own hands off. So
those are lovely.
Yeah, these are nice leather gloves actually. And they fit. Fits. So
have you ever been to the Caribbean?
Have I been to the Caribbean?
Yeah. I have.
But
I don't know if you have been.
I've been to Hawaii. That's probably the closest that I've been to the Caribbean. So the answer is no. Hawaii is not the Caribbean, although it's sort of close to the idea the Caribbean is. Yeah, these are nice gloves. These will actually probably go well for working with horses, because they're relatively thin, and I bet they'll wear into my hands. They'll start to fit into my hands better.
You look good.
All right, let's get to work. The fire is hot, man. It is hot in here. I guess this is the downside. We should. Oh, I got an idea.
Open the window.
Open the door.
Yeah, we are literally smoking in here.
Oh, no, it's pretty warm.
I'm hot.
Still raining.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next thing. Let's see. Here's a box. Oh, this one has Jen written all over it. So there you go.
Is it Hawaii? Haha, not even close.
Not even close. No, I mean, Hawaii was nice. I enjoyed it. For sure. But no. Not the Caribbean. Oop, this one says fragile. Okay, you go first. What do you got?
I got a note.
You have a note. I didn't get a note. Did I get a note? I got some paper. I got a note. Okay, I'm not gonna read this online. Or maybe I might.
Jeez. You almost made me cry, Alice. Oh my goodness. My note is so lovely.
Okay,
And I'm gonna keep mine for just me.
I'm gonna have to read my
note. I really love it, and it's I am going to forever keep this. I'm a scrapbooker as well, so
Jen's crying, you guys.
That is very, very lovely. Oh wow! I get cool jewelry.
Alice, this is amazing.
They're incredible.
I mean,
oh no, wait, did you make this as well? I need to know if you made it. You have to let me know.
Nobody can see. You have to show close.
Oh, sorry, what?
Just
I don't know how close. Like, just hold
like
it.
close so people can see it. It has to be detailed in the camera.
Okay,
Show
where
it up
you
in the
move?
camera.
I can't move.
This is... That is... Looks like
Yeah,
this.
she made it, she says.
Looks like that.
But
That's
it's the
cool.
first piece of homemade jewelry
Yeah.
I've ever had in my whole lifeies. No one's ever made me jewelry before.
I never made anything?
You said what?
I thought maybe I'd made something.
Jewelry?
This one's for Zeus.
Okay.
A likeness of Zeus? What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe it's something crafty for Zeus. Oh, likeness of Gracie, likeness of Mac, likeness of Luke, likeness... Holy smokes, okay, you take 3.
Okay, too.
I get Zeus and Gracie.
Oh, so cool.
That's macaroni?
I didn't even know what I opened.
No, this thing, no. Macaroni. It's got white socks.
Mac, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got Zeus.
We should make a mobile or something out of all these guys.
There's
Zeus.
Zeus.
He's awesome. These things are so cool.
That's Zeus. Ronnie's got, which one's that? What have I got? I've got Gracie.
Luke. Yep, look it. I knew it just by looking at him. It's Luke.
Alice, I can't remember who's your favorite pet here.
You.
Not me. I'm not a pet.
Well, he's got excited. He's with me now.
Oh no, this one fell off. How do I make it go back?
You just feed it through. Don't worry.
Oh.
Oh, I got Leo. Look how pretty that is.
Sure?
Oh, neat. The tails are
What does
so
the other one look
cool.
like? The other one looks like
I didn't even notice that. The threads.
it's tied on. Okay, that's tied on. Okay, I just gotta retie it back on. That's okay. Or no, it was glued on, wasn't it? Because I feel like something came off. Okay, the string came off, but that's no problem. I can fix that. This one is... In case you guys are wondering where Zeus is right now.
He's at my feet.
He's right there. The little guy. Okay, moving on. This one's Gracie. That's pretty nice. These are nice. These are, and it comes with a bunch of beads. We're gonna hang these up. Yeah, absolutely.
You broke it.
No, it came apart. This one's fragile. Is that the end of the box? There's nothing more in it, just to be sure.
Yeah.
Okay, last item, and we'll chat about some horsey stuff. Whoa!
Wow.
That's incredible. How do you make these?
Alice, you have so much talent.
Yeah, this one's really...
These are really special.
Good. These are very special.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are just amazing. That's what this one
Oh,
looks like.
that one's so cool. Looks even better on camera.
It
almost.
does.
Yeah.
It looks very good on camera. It does. It shows well. Where's the other one go?
I have it.
Oh, I have it through here.
What?
Okay, let's see. So these are the two clay masks. They're made out of clay. That's amazing. A really cool idea.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. We'll figure out what to do with these.
Oh yeah, so much special indeed.
Yeah, somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. And I will read your letter a little bit later. But it looks, I mean, handwritten letters doesn't get any better. And they're actually written. It's in cursive.
Yeah, handwriting.
Actual handwriting. Wonderful. Wonderful. So now that's a gift. That's
a poem. There's a poem
yeah, there's
there
a poem
too.
in mine as well.
Cool.
What's the name of your poem?
I don't have a poem, do I?
Oh, only I have a poem?
I think so.
What was that?
I don't know, I heard that too.
I think it was a bear. Yeah, I'm actually going to close up the door just a little bit.
David.
What did David do?
You're so smart because I am obsessed with Christmas.
To the Christmas tree?
Yes.
I see. Yeah.
3 Christmas trees up in my house every
No,
year.
don't tell people that.
It's fine.
They're going to think you're weird.
Well, I have 2 themed trees and then a family tree. And these would absolutely be amazing because I love
Yeah,
Christmas.
Jen loves Christmas.
Yeah, I do. Christmas under butter.
I don't really care that much about Christmas. It's okay, you know, but yeah. Oh. Jen's all over Christmas.
Yes.
Anyways, again, Alice, thank you very much. We're so proud to be able to show that stuff here on the channel. Amazing. I mean, handcrafted, handworked, handwritten. And yes, Carla, it is in cursive. Unbelievably. Who writes in cursive anymore? It's true. But there are some teachers, actually. I was just talking to one of the teachers, and she says she's going to be trying to teach cursive in grade 3. So we'll see how well that goes. So, anyhow.
Trying the end or whatever. Like, it's your birthday? She just came in, we're opening presents. She's like, is it someone's birthday?
No, it's just a very kind and generous person has decided to contribute to our positive and loving encouragement that we get from everybody on this channel in physical form. So, amazing. Very cool.
Yeah.
The gloves are going to come in handy for sure.
Gloves are off.
Yep. These are nice. Because I'm always working. That says fit to work.
That's good.
Yeah, these are nice. Nice soft leather too. Feel those.
Ooh, those are really nice.
Yep. There's something to be said for, as I sort of think about, you know, when you're wearing gloves, there are a lot of different types of gloves out there, obviously. And these types of sort of a supple leather, like a loose, very sort of floppy leather, super handy. You get...
Sounds like a raccoon's trying to come in.
Yeah, it does sound like there's a raccoon.
Animals trying to get in for the fire.
Yeah, we do have raccoons here and there.
Yeah.
Zeus usually tries to chase them away, but
he's busy.
he's out like a light.
He's sleeping at my feet right now.
But you know, as you work with horses, if you do work with horses, and there's so many instances, especially if you're working with one that's pretty troubled, where wearing gloves, just you know, a nice, comfortable, something that moves, and not necessarily rubber. You know, not those typical rubber ones that you buy all over the place. Some leather that can protect your hand if you're hanging onto the rope. I try not to use gloves if I can help it when working with horses, because I prefer to be able to touch them with my bare hand. In fact, a lot of times when I'm trimming, and I'm out and about and I'm working with a horse, when I go to pet them, if I can, I'll take my glove off to touch and pet them, because I'll get a better feel of how heavy or light I'm touching them. And sometimes the gloves are kind of scratchy. And you hear about it all the time. There's this age-old saying of how horses can feel a mosquito land on their butt, kind of thing. And I would venture to say that anybody on the planet can feel a mosquito landing on their arm or neck or face or something like that. So, but I think the thing that is really being said is that horses' skin and horses themselves are incredibly sensitive. And so if they are so sensitive, if that's the case, which I believe they are, Wearing gloves. If you wanted somebody to rub you with a glove, I mean these are nice. So being rubbed by this is not so bad at all. But those rough sort of rough leather ones or rough rubber ones, I don't think horses enjoy. Let alone them, they usually smell bad and are dirty and stuff. But your bare hand, your skin, just the touch of that, I think a lot of horses enjoy it. And I would make a point, absolutely, to touch the horses without gloves on. So every chance I have to avoid using gloves, I will. But when I have to, these are definitely the preference, to use a soft leather glove. So these are great. It's a long story to just say thank you. These are perfect for what I do. What are you writing? Some other kids?
We're talking about Christmas, but then also, yeah, David was asking if the daughters cringe about being on YouTube, although I'm rarely on YouTube. But actually, both the girls think it's incredible. They love it.
About what?
You being on YouTube. I mean, majority is you, and that you have a fan base. And in fact,
the kids would cringe that I'm on YouTube?
Yeah, like that it's outside the norm, like that their parents are somewhere. And I just don't think they're not those kind of kids. They think. And
are there kids out there that think that way? Because I
about your parents being somewhere, maybe. No teenage. I don't know. But all my daycare kids love watching Graham. I can put it on the TV and they sit and watch the horses and listen to Graham talk. And they are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. Yeah, everyone loves it. It's great. We haven't had anyone that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what would cause a child to be unhappy about it, or what would a kid have to think my parents on YouTube.
You know, that idea of, yeah, exactly, that your parents are embarrassing, or
I'm not running a dance class here.
That's a good.
Although maybe I could.
No.
Oh.
Do you want any of that? It's quiet.
No, I'm good. I don't want any chocolate.
What do you want as a snack?
I don't know.
Do you want a mango?
Maybe. Mangoes.
Oh, right there on the computer.
No, actually, the kid. I mean, I don't think. I think. Well, I find that Haley is quite keen to be involved. She's asking quite a bit if she could do another instructional video like she did when she was riding Lena. I don't know what she'd do. Yeah, she's young, but she's keen. She's keen to help lead the next clinic. I don't know if I told you that. So can I go to the next one? I said, yeah, sure. Do you want to be a teacher or a student? She goes, well, it'd be so cool if I could stand up there next to you. I was like, yeah, okay, sure.
You're like, you get to study for the next month to prepare for it, because you don't do any of that. It's like, practice now and then you can do it.
Yeah. Oh, there's Annette. Annette, I commented on your comment in the last live stream today. I did a live stream this morning. I'll say it again. Your comment about how Gracie did so well because she could handle 2 contact points and being approached from behind and having weight on top of her was just spot on. And I don't know how many people knew about the idea of contact points and stuff. And so I did a big, long thing about it. But excellent comment. So true. There are quite a few horses that can't handle more than 1 contact point. And I encouraged everybody to go search out Andrew McLean because I'm not sure if he's the one who pioneered the idea of contact points, but he's the one I got it from and have used in my own learnings and teachings in dealing with horses. So your comment was great. I found it very, what I would refer to as sort of an educated comment in that it talks about something that I don't hear very many people talking about. And it's very important to know. And it's very provable. So. Oh, I told you about it once. Huh. Did I talk about contact points at some point? Maybe I did. I probably did.
You did when you were doing one of the live streams. When we were talking about, the live stream. I know I was there for one of them. Having multiple contact points, right? Yeah.
You were there for that?
One of them, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You probably talked about it multiple times, but
Contact points on a horse. They are ridiculously important. And, you know, some people will know it intuitively. Some people will know what contact points are just by intuition. You know, you realize how much you can touch, or, you know, that's how much.
I love you, Carla.
You realize how much you just pick up being around them. And you might not be able to put it into words. But the way it is objectively explained worked really well for me, and attached a lot of Andrew's theories and words, the science that he has behind why horses do things and why humans do things with horses, and so on and so forth, really put a lot of things together for me. Things that I kind of intuitively or thought or had an idea on, and then there was some real theory behind what that is, and it made it really easy to sort of bridge the gap of understanding the sciencey stuff to the touchy-feely stuff, I guess you could call it. So, anyways, great comment. Thank you, Annette, for making it. Watching a squirrel. Somebody kicked Carla out of the chat.
What? Oh, I thought you meant someone had done that. I was like, you can do
Somebody's
that?
thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you can. You can kick people out.
Oh, that's not nice.
It's not nice to kick people out.
Yeah.
What if they're being bad?
Yeah, well, she's not being bad.
What if they're bad people?
She's just pointing out that you're very easily
Make fun
distracted.
of important people.
Oh, yeah. Like the VIP.
VIP. Here we got a question. I don't know if we have a question. Does Maureen have a question? The father-daughter stuff is just the best. I have a lot of fun, for sure. The kids don't really do too much. I mean, Haley's getting more involved lately. She was helping me feed the horses the other day. I was just saying, hey, I wonder where my phone is. I'll show you a picture, but it's right there. Anyways, she had been helping me feed. We were down in the back. We were feeding Luke, I think. And I told her to take one of the hay bags. And it's one of the larger ones. And it literally, she put it over her shoulder, and it dragged from her shoulder all the way down to the ground. So all you saw was like a hay bag with some feet. And so it was hilarious. It was really funny.
A moving hay bag.
Yeah.
How's that moving?
So I took a picture because it looked so funny to me, and I wanted to remember. But I can't show you because it's on the phone that's being used to.
I wish the girls would groom the horses.
Yeah.
Okay, good start. Start brushing the horses.
Yes, that's right, David. She schooled me on how to ride a horse. She's the expert. Can't argue with an 8-year-old. I actually think
I guess she's tiny.
I actually think the kids are a little bit more proud, maybe.
Yeah.
Like rather than embarrassed. So I'm just reading back
Yeah.
over comments.
No, that's what I mean. They are
I think the
incredibly
kids
supportive.
are quite. I mean, yeah,
Sort of awe.
disbelief.
Yeah, I
maybe,
don't want to
like
say it as
disbelief.
in like awe-inspired. Like they can't believe it or in a cheesy way, but honestly, because
I think mostly because I don't think we necessarily talk about what I talk about or what I do. We might joke about what a horse did or what Zeus did, jumping in a ditch or some stuff like that. But that's not. We more talk about how the community is growing and how amazing the horse community is compared to what you see on other sort of unhappy channels, I guess you could say. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of negative comments, a lot of things that people sort of pick on, and they don't like a particular trainer. They don't like something. They have no qualms with making sure they say how they feel, and it's negative. I mean, there's a lot of positive, but there's we're just kind of amazed, and so we tell them,
Yeah.
and they're just, oh, that's what they just think it's great. It's such a
Yeah.
positive influence. So I know everybody kind of says, you
Yeah.
guys are great and stuff, but you guys are great.
Yeah, and it just keeps getting passed on because then the kids are being raised with the idea of this is what you can do for another person. If you see something that you think is incredible, say it. Take the time to put positive feedback out to other people, and I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There was something in here I was going to get back to you. Somebody asked, how do we have so much time to do this? Where was that?
Way at the top.
Way at the top. Who asked that? What is a SEC? Where does 69 Zuimi live?
I don't know.
What is the currency SEK? Anybody find that out? Sue asked, do we have any more room on the other side for arenas? The arena packs, oh, that one. No, we don't. Thinking about putting it in the back, though. Trinidadiana. Trinidadiana, who is...
Oh, sweet. No.
Probably in the south. Orlando. Loves the horses around here.
Yeah,
how do you keep up with this channel and all the many, many things you do?
A krona from Sweden. Swedish krona.
Oh, yeah? I love Sweden.
Well, she's not here anyway, so don't worry. Unfortunately.
Well, if she comes back.
Yeah.
I think I've probably said it 100 times. I've been there. Loved it. Loved it. Expensive, but I really liked it. How do we keep up with all the things that we do? And that it goes back to the conversation we were just having. When if you've got a crowd of people that are, if you're running a race, you're running a marathon, there's a crowd of people that are cheering you on and stuff like that, and you just keep running, you're going to finish that race probably because you've got that encouragement and support. And so that's a big deal. That's a big deal. The other part of how do you do it sort of thing, necessity is the mother of invention is one of those things that comes out, and for me, on a personal note, my last business that I ran for about 15, almost 20 years, I suppose, about 15 years for sure. It's a computer business. I did programming. I made stuff for phones. I did live chats and all kinds of stuff like that. So, and it was really successful. I did really well. And but I made a decision that I was going to do something different. And so a while ago, I kind of got into horses, and then I just thought, oh, this is it. I actually want to do this, and never turned back. But for the first couple of years or so, there was I was doing both businesses, but it soon became apparent that if I'm doing this thing here, then I don't have time to do the other thing. So I quit. 95% of my business is gone on purpose. And so how do you do it? I think that it's no different than people who go to work how do you go to work every day, right? How do you get up in the morning and drive an hour every day to work? It's like that. Keeping up with the channel itself, though, it's part of the work. It's part of, because I'm a teacher. I'm essentially a teacher, and if I were to teach here just locally, I think it would be a bit of not a waste, but the potential is so much higher thanks to the way technology is now. 20 years ago, could you do something like this? It would be a heck of a lot harder, and it would be way more expensive. Right now, thanks to YouTube, and I've been in the video streaming industry, the live video streaming industry, and it is very expensive to build and run your own system. So when YouTube does this, allows people to do this, it is, you take advantage of it as much as you can. I mean, obviously Google, who owns YouTube, makes a pile of money off of YouTube. So that's why it's free. But this type of system is incredibly expensive to make. So, yeah, so being able to do this, keeping up the channel is just part of it. It's just scheduled into the day. Part of my day is scheduled to getting footage, sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. Sometimes I just happen to do it. And then the evening time is dedicated to putting it together, usually. Um, and some videos take longer than others, but I don't know. You get into the technical details about it maybe another time, but it's really, there's a lot of drive and a lot of encouragement. So again, it's not me doing things alone. There's a lot of help. Jen does a lot of stuff. And the kids, I mean, Haley's helping out with stuff. Sophia helps out with other things. You know, it's just there's a combination of things that happen. It's not just from here. It might be that help is provided somewhere else that then allows time for here and stuff too. So it's like normal life. But I don't know. We like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like it. So and I'm sure it shows. You know, you can't do this if you don't like it. If you don't like it, you have to be tired. And so that the main tired comes from being physically tired. Just physically exhausted. Just whether it's digging, whether it's moving gravel, putting in posts, building stuff. Definitely working horses. That can trimming horses is very tiring, but working horses can be quite tiring. And sometimes the really tough ones, the hard ones, the ones that are having a really rough time with their own lives, and they've got to figure out how to work with humans. And when working with those ones can be emotionally exhausting. I mean, I sometimes come out of training sessions and I don't even want to talk. I just feel beat. And it takes a little bit to sort of come back from that. And then you just move on. But as that hard area of the horse's life sort of goes by, it starts to be more of a partnership, and you don't have that problem so much anymore. But yeah, we like it. That's probably why. Yeah. You asked the question. It's a good question. How do you do it? Do it because you just enjoy doing it, and it's getting more and more enjoyable as time goes on, because we've built the main infrastructure of the place and the business. And there's so many things to do. There's such a variety of things that I can't do a job where I'm doing mundane tasks all the time. I quit those ones myself. I get bored pretty easy. Just gotta shuffle this just a smidge, just starting above me in the middle. And so for me, that's what it is. Variety. What about you? Why do you do this job? I mean, you already have a job.
I do. I have a full-time job.
Jen has a job. It's not even her real job.
Nope. But I love it.
I don't even know if Jen makes any money doing this job. Do you make any money doing this job?
No.
Jen doesn't make any money doing this job.
No, it's definitely not about the money. It's, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I feel the same way. I think it's just cool and interesting that you were wanting to start a business like that. You were willing to be brave enough to start a business, and I wanted to see if you could succeed, and you'd be more likely to succeed with help. So, yeah. You know, and I mean, you're right. Like sometimes it's cooking or doing, you know, the dishes and stuff like that, so that you don't have to do that at the end of the day. I do that. It's everything. But I love being outside. My job is not, I mean, it's not outside. It's majority inside. So at the end of the day, to be around the horses and you, and yeah, it's just beautiful around here.
It is. It's very beautiful.
I just love it.
I'm a very outdoorsy person, so the land that we have here is a reflection, in my opinion, a lot of what I like. I like the water. I like trees. I like pathways. I like open spaces here and there.
I like fish and ponds.
Fish and ponds. The fish are doing well. Jen found
I found my fish today. Yeah, I was so excited. Yeah. Yeah. It's everything we wanted.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Even when we were building, I remember a long time ago, and I said, I want to hear the sound of running water. And so we put in our drainage so that...
we have to wait for it to rain.
Yeah, or if you have to empty a water trough when we wash them out. And then it sounds lovely. You're cleaning a water trough, but all you hear is this trickling down water because we created those streams. My sister helped build all those, designed them, put all these rocks in, collected rocks from a river and brought them here. It's just, yeah. So especially looking around, it all looks like memories and yeah, things that were done as projects with other people. It's yeah, love it. Are you reading?
Yeah.
We're thinking.
The other side is the potential. For me, that is a it's a huge driver because I love the potential that is there for, as we said already, the technology being able to get online. I mean, this is a live chat, but there's also a lot of pre-recorded stuff, so all the videos that get edited and put up, and it just continues to grow. So that potential is really high, and every horse is different. So there's that variety. So I think,
Yeah.
to me, this is an ideal situation. So, and I encourage anybody to give it a go. I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of different people in the horse world, and some do get pretty exhausted. I remember getting a bunch of those stakes that go in the ground around Lena's paddock right now. All those yellow stakes that are in the ground holding up the electrical line are actually usually used for camping. You take them camping with you and you put them around your horse and they wouldn't go anywhere, in theory. And I got them for free. And the lady's like, I got to get out of horse. I'm just trying to get rid of all my stuff. I'm never going back. She said, I enjoyed it for a while, but then at some point it just stopped being enjoyable and I just wanted out. And so I'm out. Here's your camping stakes. Get out of here, kind of idea. Nice lady, but it was funny. And I think that if I'd say 95% of the people that I talk to really enjoy the horses. They might find it pretty tiring to deal with mud and deal with broken fences and deal with busted horses, and something goes wrong, they go lame for some reason, and you gotta call the vet and it costs money and so on and so forth. But they love the horses.
I only did 2 little pieces.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know why it's blowing so much. Is it still up? Is the door open a little bit?
No.
There. See what it is?
No.
Because usually that should go upwards. Anyhow, so it's a great question. We do get asked quite a bit. I mean, a lot of people are just amazed at how much kind of goes on. But when you like doing something, it's easier than it. I mean, it's hard. Don't get me wrong. The end of the day comes fast and it comes hard. But it's easier maybe than it is perceived as being, because we like it. So many nice words, eh? What is Carla saying? Is she making fun of me again?
No.
Oh.
She and Diana both said it's a team effort, basically.
It is. It's a team effort. There's a lot of.
Why are you smirking when you'd already read
I
it?
just
What?
figured it was going to be something about squirrels again. So.
No.
The videos are professional. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. I have some video background. When I was doing the tech company, I also did video work in there. I've done a couple of bigger things that they never made into the public, but were more of the private sector stuff, for Citibank, and then I did one for Disneyland, and then I did a couple more. Anyway, so I've always had my fingers in video work, and now I get to do it pretty much every single day. Now, there's not a lot of special effects that are required and stuff like that, but there are stories to tell, and every horse here has its own story. And I know a lot of you guys have actually been very involved in trying to understand and cheer on each story that's out there, or each horse that's out there who has its own story. Like Grace is a great example. Lena's another good one, and Luke's got his own story. Of course, Macaroni's got a story, and so anyway, so that's more the aspect that I think I enjoy. Video work is just video work, but I really appreciate the comment. Horse people are awesome. Yeah, they are. Thanks, David. Yeah, It's a funny video for sure.
Which video?
He says it's a hilarious video with your daughter. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Which one was that?
When Haley was teaching how to ride Lena.
Ah.
And the Mustang. I think I said it in the last chat, but I ended up. I've talked to Sean Davies a few times, and I got a hold of him about a week or so ago to chat about some stuff. And we were talking about we end up talking about Mustangs in the end because that's primarily what he does, and it's the reason I found him. So the Mustang has come a long ways. Actually, I just saw she's being ridden quite often, and is moving into doing some flag work, I think. Quite a really good success story. That Mustang's come a long ways, and some I believe some. And the owner had called me at one point and said, "I'm really appreciative of the foundation work that was done. It has made a big difference in being able to do more." And so I say that to people all the time. I mean, wherever your horse is at, you can always come back down to the foundation stuff and build it up and build it up and build it up. And then you have something really solid to go in whatever direction you want to go. So they've done great. The Mustang story is amazing. Anyway, so back to Sean. Let's talk about Mustang. He said, you should just come down sometime. And I said, oh yeah, sure. And it reminds me of 20 years ago when I was talking to this guy that I'd met, and he had lived in Japan for a while, and he's like, oh, you should just come to Japan sometime. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And that changed my life. I stayed there for 10 years in Japan. I'm a different person because of it. So I have a feeling I'm going to try to make it down and hang out with Sean for a little bit. Not 10 years, but a few days for sure. And I have a feeling I'm going to come back with a lot of good stories and good material. Because I don't think I'll turn my camera off once. That'd be awesome. I'd love to work with Mustangs again. Mm-hmm. We don't get very many Mustangs up here. They're hard to get up here. Yeah. Got some big rules for getting Mustangs. So. Anyways. Man, there's so many comments that I haven't got to in the videos. I don't know if you have. Have you responded to the comments yet?
Not today.
No, not today. Lots going on. It's been busy. Yeah, pretty busy day. Trimmed a bunch of horses. Tomorrow we might have hay coming. Might talk about hay again. I actually had somebody else who talked to me about hay. They were commenting on how their horse is very sensitive. Has very sensitive stomach. So if they go about changing hay, then the horse ends up having diarrhea, having very loose poops. And if that lasts a long time, it actually could be pretty troubling for the horse. They get pretty irritated, and their skin gets pretty irritated, and their body can get pretty dehydrated if they don't have enough water and stuff. So it can be, there can be, a lot of downsides to having your hay changed. And I had said, well, we try to order up a huge trailer full because we can fit it here. And so our horses don't really have to change out types of hay for, when did we get the last load of hay? It was a while ago. Mm-hmm. 5 months, maybe 5 months, 4 or 5 months, and that's good for them. That's good for them to keep getting the same hay for a long time, and they'll stay pretty regular. And once in a while, you get some hay bales that seem to have come from some different field or something. Usually not. And Luke's got the most sensitive stomach here, so he'll be the one that'll sort of indicate to me that something changed. But everybody else usually does pretty good. Don't really
Yeah.
have too many problems. It's not overly common to see horses have a problem with a change in hay. And I remember somebody asked me, is it a good idea to sort of mix the hay to get them used to the new hay? I said there's absolutely no downside to that, but a lot of horses don't need it. They don't really care. They just eat the next hay. Get on with life.
You used to do that.
But yeah, mixing hay is not a bad idea at all. I always say, if you can do it, go for it. If you don't worry about it. Probably go all right.
Annette's asking what Lena's story is.
Annette wants to know about Lena. Okay, you tell her.
I tell it?
Go for it.
Okay. Well,
You're in story mode. Tell a good story.
Well, true story. You got a phone call from a friend in the horsey world who asked if we wanted a horse. He was actually thinking specifically for Sophia originally, because this Lena was at the time running through a young girl's hands and taking off.
Mm-hmm.
And so the mom and her decided that they were too worried, too scared, and didn't want her anymore. And so for the cost of someone going there and getting her on a trailer, because I guess you didn't have a trailer at the time, or you did, but he was doing it. Yeah, we had the trailer. Got her and brought her back, so a few $100, we could have a free horse. And we did, and we got her, and yeah. Graham obviously trained her, worked with her. Found that her basics are amazing. She is the best for liberty work. She loves to connect with people. She'll stay hooked on to, we've had teenagers working with her, young kids working with her, adults working with her. She is just a fabulous horse. Just lovely. Yeah. Right? That's her whole story.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. We don't know anything very specific other than they didn't feel safe, right?
The thing about Lena, I mean, every horse comes with some kind of story from some owner or ex-owner or somebody who knew the owner or knows the owner or something like that. And you'll get these stories that come through, and maybe they're verifiable, maybe not, probably not. I mean, I can't even count how many owners I've met where they've got this new horse and they're in love with it and it's great and amazing, and they know nothing about its past and it's having some kind of trouble and they don't know why it's having trouble, and they talk with the past owner and the past owner has no idea why it has particular trouble. And I can say that getting a horse is exactly like buying a used car. Don't trust a word that anybody says, because it doesn't matter anyways in the end. Outside of health problems, you may need to know if they've been on certain shots or drugs or something like that. I so many stories, so many things that people tell me, and they're blown away when they find the vet records for their horse. They think, what happened? Why didn't I know about this? So Lena came with the story, third-party story, essentially. We don't even know if it's third or fourth or fifth. We don't have no idea. Yeah. The idea is that she would just run through somebody's hands, and I'm assuming that, if you make an assumption, the hands that were run through were some kid's hands, and that kid got scared, maybe fell off, maybe got hurt. And if I was a parent and had a horse for my kid and that kid got really hurt, I'd probably, not knowing what I know now, but maybe not knowing very much, I'd just want to get rid of the horse. Like, you're out. You're too dangerous. And maybe she was too dangerous. All horses can be too dangerous. Every single one, no matter how gentle. Something to keep in mind. And so I said, yeah, I think I can handle that. No problem. Famous last words, getting a horse. But she came, and we had to figure out how to trailer her because she hated trailers. Really hated them. And she's a big girl. There was one time I recall trying to get her in, and she got her nose away from me for just the shortest of seconds. And Lena's a tank. Uh, when she it's not like Gracie. I could pull Gracie around if I needed to. But when Lena gets going, there's no stopping her. There's no stopping Lena when she gets going. And she probably pulled me 100 feet, probably 100 feet. You were there, weren't you?
I was, but I don't remember. Where were we?
We were near the round pen, I think. So we were off to the side of the round
place.
pen. Yeah.
Yes.
And I tried to get Lena in, and she got her nose away from me just that little bit. And so I'm always talking about making sure to keep the nose when you're doing your groundwork, keep the nose in. She got it out, and she was gone. And I had to go with her because, again, it was another place that wasn't gated, and there's no chance that losing her was an option. And 100 feet, I had to run with her. I had to run fast. And I'm sliding and I'm running and I'm trying to hang on. I'm trying to get her nose and trying to get her nose. Because if you can finally get the nose, if you've got a horse sort of straight on, if I'm here and her nose is here, they can drag you off on that angle. But if you get the nose in, then you have the opportunity to pull it in and then disengage, what's referred to as disengaging the hind quarters. So I just kept tugging and tugging and pulling and tugging until finally she gave her nose, and I was able to stop her and catch up to her and calm her down and stuff and bring her back. But I think we had to spend another day. I think she stayed overnight.
It was 2 days, yeah.
Yeah, she stayed overnight for that one.
But you backed the trailer into the round pen.
Back the trailer.
And left food in there, so she had to step in and out.
Apples and pears and all kinds of stuff.
Trying to get her in. But you loaded her in the end.
I loaded her in the end. And I don't believe I tied her.
Yeah.
I don't think I had to tie her, unlike Gracie. But there was less of a time crunch for Lena, so that was helpful.
Yeah, she was.
And I spent hours. And I didn't have to rush it, so I didn't get too tired.
No.
And a couple days at it. And so she got in when she's in. She got here, and then I was able to slowly work on trailering. Now she's fine. Yeah. It's just a faint memory now. But that's just it. You know, somebody's free horse is another person's treasure.
Oh yeah, she sure is.
And you know, as you guys know, as you guys watch, based on the amount of time that I spend with her, she's probably almost my favorite horse, I'd say. Yeah, I really like her. She's very affectionate. She's very cuddly and close. And as Jen said, she's got a great feel. She likes to follow. She does amazing liberty work. It is truly an enjoyable place to be with her, with no halter, no rope, and just going around together. Because she will, as you guys have seen a million times, she won't leave me alone. But when you're doing work and doing that, it is really, really
and she'll do it with. She's done it with.
I was complaining about the fire.
Oh, so
she should, Susan, you know.
She's done it with lots of people. I've done it where you can run and walk. I've done cones and wooden logs, and all just with her beside me. She can leave anytime she wants, and she's amazing.
Well, Maureen's got to go.
Oh, bye, Maureen.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
yes, good night.
Yeah.
It's still kind of, it's only 10 o'clock for us, so we got a little more time on our hands, but thanks for coming and hanging out with us. It's really good. We'll be here again, so don't worry. Annette says that Lena reminds her of a niece's horse, which is a Clydesdale cross. Huh. Lena is a Oldenburg cross with a draft. We were told, which makes a lot of sense because she's huge. She's great, actually. She's got a great
feel.
Don't let Gracie and Luke hear that. Luke's pretty cool. I like him because he's super playful. I'd imagine that maybe Luke's kind of pesky. I'm kind of pesky. I'm kind of playful. I think Luke reflects more of who I might be, which is why he. I mean, I've had him since he's 2, so you know, maybe. But it really depends on what it's for. I don't know if I have a favorite. I don't know. How do you pick a favorite amongst all these guys?
Macaroni.
Luke, Lena, Gracie. Macaroni's not my favorite, but I really, really like his concentration.
He's got a lovely feel.
Yeah, actually, they're all good.
Yeah, he's got a great feel. Today,
Yeah, they're all good.
Just so cute.
Yeah, I don't know if I could pick a favorite, I guess. But I would say for sure. No, I don't even know if I can say for sure. On camera, when I have the camera, Lena is definitely my favorite. Because she's always just there. She's always close by. She's always looking to be close. The boys go off and play, right? When I'm talking to the camera or something like that, Lena's always coming over. I like that a lot. I think it's really kind of fun. Yeah. But when I'm doing stuff, riding, I probably put Luke as my favorite. He's very comfortable to ride for me. So, they're all unique. Luke is Vinny's favorite. It's Isis.
Yeah, hi Isis.
Yeah.
I saw the comment and didn't realize who wrote it, but I was like, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, Luke has such a... And he's learning from the best, whether it, as Isis said, whether it's Vinny or Benny that came. Luke hangs around with those that teach. And he's always sort of pushing. He's always, seems like he's always sort of trying to get better at what he does with those that are better than him. Feels that way a little bit. And so I really like that. Yeah. Luke is a teacher and a guardian. He is, absolutely. He protects Springer. That's for sure.
Well, and he's welcoming to every horse that comes.
Yep.
He does it in such a kind way when a new horse arrives.
Yep.
He's definitely unique for that he is our ambassador, as we've always said.
Yeah. Yeah, Luke's the welcoming committee.
Yeah.
There isn't a horse that I haven't seen Luke just walk up to and try to greet kindly.
Yeah.
And he may not get that greeting quite right.
Yeah.
Or he might not get it back, that's right. But he sort of walks off and comes back to it later.
Yeah.
It's as if he knows that that horse needs a little bit of space, but, you know, maybe he'll just hang out and wait and be patient. So I think it's helped that I put Luke in with every single horse that's come here, and he's the first horse to do that. So maybe there's something in him that says, I get to be first horse. I have to, you know, I don't know, what do horses think? What do the horses? I'm setting the rules here, buddy, you know. I'm first horse. I don't know. It's an interesting thought.
I'm first horse.
He is. Luke is always the first horse to meet other horses, girls or boys. So. Common question. What do you do with all the manure?
Oh, yeah.
Well, twice a year I rent an excavator, and we do a bunch of work around here. I don't know how much more we're going to need the excavator for work, but probably for the trails or something. We've got to figure out the canyon we've got back there.
Oh, sorry, is that?
So when we do have the excavator in, what we do is we take the time to work the area behind the arenas. And back there, we dig big holes in the ground. A lot of our land here, the top level is pretty good soil. The top, say, 6 inches, maybe a foot, if we're lucky. It's pretty good soil. You've got to be kidding me.
No, shush you.
It is so warm in here.
I'm not that warm.
Just open up the door for a second, then you won't need your sweater anymore. It's warm. So what we do, because it's so much clay, and clay is not very useful. Water travels on top of it, which is really good if you want water to go away. But the land itself isn't very useful as a bunch of clay. So what we do is when I get the excavator in, we do the work, and then somewhere near the end of the work, the amount of time that is rented for, I'll go to the back and I'll start working the area back there to dig we dig a very, very big hole. And so we're churning up the earth back there, and trying to mix the clay and the dirt to make more useful soil for all the plant life. And there's a lot of old back then, old stumps and old things that just they don't necessarily contribute to the land itself. And so we'll shuffle those around, we'll move those around, and dig massive holes in the ground. I mean, massive being 4 feet deep or something like that. So it's pretty big. And dig up all that clay and sort of pile that up or spread it around a bit. But with that hole in the ground, we put in the manure, and then we've already done it for a couple of spots. And when the hole is full, we cover back over with a thin layer of sort of dirt and clay, and leave it. And over a period of time, everything decomposes. And what we're hoping for is just to have more useful land, land that could support or provides better support to the forest.
Yeah.
So all the nutrients that can come out of there just sort of keep on going on into the forest area there and feed all the shrubs and trees and stuff like that, and provide better land. So that's what we do with it all right now. I don't know how much longer that will go for. We'll see how long we can do that for.
Paddock 4 was built that way.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of the paddocks were built on top of stuff like that, and it's worked out really well. So we sort of reclaimed some land that we couldn't reclaim otherwise. Yeah. Otherwise, you've got to go out and buy fill. Yeah. You've got to have a dump truck come dump it in. You've got to get, I mean, if you're really playing by all the rules, then you'll get a permit to bring in fill. And so it's a big deal. So we just take our time. We be patient about it. And we have someone to put the manure, and it gets dealt with in a very ecological manner kind of thing. And that's that. We never see it again since she just turns to earth. Yeah. So that is the long answer.
That is the long answer.
The fire. Yeah. Yes, David, we will. We've got hay coming tomorrow, and hopefully the weather turns okay. But absolutely. I mean, if we're still here when you get back, we'll see you then. If not, have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yippee!
Yep. Got a big deal, big thing going on tomorrow. We got, as I said, just said, no, we got hay coming. We want to start building out that paddock. So it'll be day 3 of paddock number 8 build coming along. We've got some gravel to put in. We've got fence posts hopefully to put in, and then figure out where gates and actual fencing should go, and the location of the shelter. I haven't decided that entirely yet. I was thinking along the far fence with the neighbor, but I thought, well, what about where the log is? Because sooner or later we're going to chop out that log. What if we put the shelter there, next to the log?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just one of the beads off.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
Right, because sooner or later we'll get rid of the log.
And then the shelter would work.
The shelter would be just right there.
Part of the fence.
Shelter would be part of the fence, yeah.
Like macaronis.
Yeah. Like all of them.
I guess, yeah. But I meant that you come up from behind it. Only macaronis. Do you do that?
Yeah.
So.
But then it made me think, I wonder if we should just get rid of that log right now.
Yes.
Anybody want to vote on getting rid of that log that's part of the fence? That's on the 8th paddock, if you've been paying attention.
Giant.
I got rid of one of the logs, and Jen wants me to get rid of the other log and the stump.
Yeah.
She thinks it's in the way. I think it's kind of in the way. I sort of like it, but...
I did like it before, but I never liked the stump part of it. And now it's really just because it'll make it a lot easier to not have it there, and you can really use that area as a, what do you call it, obstacle course type area without that big.
What are we gonna do with a stump? Oh, you know how hard it is to cut up stumps.
Yeah, I do.
I already have one of those. We don't.
We do.
Anybody have any votes? What should we do?
Burn it, burn it.
Don't lose the owl's home.
Not that one. I know, I like that thing.
What thing?
Oh, they're not talking about the. Remember we had that thing that looked like an owl?
Yeah, it's in that stump.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You moved it into there?
No, it's always been in there. The owl rock.
That's not the one I'm thinking of.
Move log to obstacle courses, Carla. Nanko says, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's a lot of work. Carve the stump. It'll be eventually. David's still here. Poor Pike.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the data has exactly right. The amount of times that we don't do something, work around it, and then realize we should have just dealt with it in the first place, it's been so many times. We had it there for a while. We didn't get rid of it immediately. We've lived with it for a year or two, and it's already, I think, is now outlived what we did with it. It was good when we originally had it. Natural. But now it's just, yeah. And if you got rid of it, think about how much farther you could extend that one paddock all the way up to the pathway.
I don't have to do the work, so I'm not voting.
Is it that? That's funny.
There won't be the forest paddock without the logs, says Isis. It's true. It is. You see, the fight in my mind is that it's the character of the forest.
The character of that paddock is already going to change dramatically because as soon as you put in a second shelter, a bunch of gates,
Two
full,
gates.
yes,
Settle down. There's already one there. Anyway.
That's a couple. There's not.
Yeah.
There's an electrical line that goes across. It's not a gate. You add a metal gate and everything else.
So it must be a gate.
The whole thing is going to look different. If it wanted to stay more true to the forest, you would have sort of those.
See, Dave says it's an iconic
things.
log.
It's what?
It's an iconic log.
Well, so was the. What if we built the whole arena around that giant cedar tree and now it's dead?
Oh, we didn't build it around that. The pond was in the way too.
Well, that was one thing that you really wanted, and I agree. It was nice, but now it died. Sometimes
Yeah, but
things
we're
just...
still going to use it anyways. We actually have a
we're
plan
gonna make
for
it
that
into something cool, so it's true.
So there.
But we could make that log into something cool elsewhere. I like the idea of actually using it in the obstacle course area. If you chopped it, could you hollow it out and fill it in like we said, where it could be a step up because it's big enough?
Or just make a canoe out of it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Though?
It's
Instead of using
so
the
heavy
tire,
to move.
I know.
You guys have no idea. I just have to chop it up into little pieces anyways.
Why?
Because I can't move it.
I see. What about when you have the excavator? Or we want to
I'm
get
not
going
going to have that
faster
for a
than-
while.
Yeah. Gotcha. Oh well. I don't know.
Cut a gate into the log? Oh, that's not a bad idea.
That's interesting, yeah. Resistance is futile. Jen has spoken, says Wendy. I wish that's how anything works.
It's not how it works around here.
It's not how it works around here.
The split log has plans. Big plans. Man, the problem is we've got to make a decision tomorrow.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't have to make a decision tomorrow.
No, but soon.
Yeah, sort of. don't really have to make a decision anytime soon.
Why? Oh, because you're not going to fence it for a while?
What about the fire?
I don't know. That piece is no good.
Sounds like it's sizzling.
Yeah.
Did you put in a wet piece?
I don't know. It didn't feel
What'd you
wet.
do? Did you break the fire?
Yeah. No. No, break the fire. I'll get it, don't worry. Oops. It's really hot in there now.
What are you doing?
I'm building the fire.
Close the door.
Well, I was going to put a piece of wood on. No?
I start smoking right in your ear. I need to put you outside.
Why?
Close the door? No.
I don't know, but it hurts my shoulder. Painful.
I love the look of fire. You guys probably can't. I mean, it looks huge inside of the camera, but...
Isis says, give her a moment. Yeah. Be patient. Oh.
It's a piece of dry cedar, Isis. Yeah. Of course it's going to burn up into... You got to get that...
I said I need to put the other one on.
Is there anywhere wood that's not wet?
Well, I don't know. I'm assuming one of these ones aren't wet. See, like that, right?
Well, hopefully.
That didn't work. Need my poker. My broken shoulder is not working. Oh, no. Oh, no. Whew. What's that? What? I'm ready. Close it up. Ooh, I don't know if you can hear it, but crackle, crackle.
Can you guys hear that crackling?
Sounds amazing. I actually don't have plans for the big tree yet.
No, she's probably meaning you're going to burn it.
Oh.
That's my guess.
Yeah. I would burn anything I was allowed to burn, but I like the idea of a gate if anyone knows how to make it happen.
Well, you have to cut it in thirds. And then take the middle part out. There'd have to be 2 more supports.
See, it just becomes... It's just that one side is so ugly.
Jen doesn't like the stump part of that log.
No.
So we're still thinking about it. We have no idea exactly yet what we're going to do, but we're thinking about it and we'll figure it out.
Eventually.
Tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. I don't know. I have a feeling that it'll be left for now because it'll be one of those things that is going to add extra. I don't know. Once you cut the... No, but see the stumps in the way and then...
Well, and do you remember how we had the 2 giant stumps in the back that we built stuff around, and then when we realized we were going to put in the arena, then out they had to come. We actually were going to make one of those seating and everything else as well.
Yeah.
So many plans.
Yeah, but it was always in the way.
Mm-hmm. So is this thing.
It's a big thing to deal with because you got to... I mean, cutting... The one that was already there took me a while.
Yeah.
And then I had to cut it all into sections, and then I had to kind of move them.
This way?
Yeah, the girth is so large.
Yeah.
I actually know somebody on this chat right now who's actually a lumberjack.
Me?
No.
Just kidding. I know it's not you.
I don't know. The log is old. It's old. It's half rotten. It might be worth something. But I don't want one of them logging trucks coming in and trying to take it out and wreck the place. The paddock has to get done pretty quick. That's a good question. Because we're getting 2 more horses in. I mean, Sky's not staying very long. Sky's only going to be here for a few more weeks, I think. He's just here for horsey daycare. He's in between homes, essentially. And so once he'll be out, but 2 more are coming in, but he'll be out. So really, in essence, only 1 more is coming in. But we do, when it comes to taking care of horses, it's actually quite important to make sure that you have more space than you need. Because you may have to, for example, the forest paddock had that, the shelter wasn't secure. And so for the amount of time that it took me to fix it, I had to have no horses in there. And so it's important to make sure you have enough space to accommodate having 1 or 2 paddocks be empty. So that's sort of the idea. The idea is to do it as soon as possible because those 2 horses are coming in. But if we really wanted to, we could support 2 horses right now. Mm-hmm. And then when Sky leaves, it'll just be 1 horse anyways. So then it'll be just right. So the time frame is pretty quick. Those ones, the new ones are coming in a couple of weeks. 2 different horses, 2 different places. So it's not like they're from one owner coming in together. But the timing is such that they're not far off of each other. Maybe about a week off of each other or so. Which is perfect. I actually don't enjoy having more than 1 horse come in at the same time. I think one time we had 3 horses come in at once. Not just the 3 that came in. Actually, it was those 3, wasn't it? Anyhow, yeah, we got to get it done. I mean, this weekend today was going to be dedicated to doing the paddock, but it supposedly was going to totally rain, and it then didn't. So hopefully tomorrow, get as much gravel in there as possible, and hopefully a couple of posts. And so cutting up the log sort of adds a lot of work right now, and it can be cut up anytime.
Yeah, you can cut up Monday.
Yeah, and it's
when I go back to work.
And it's no big deal to add a little bit of gravel on the edge, so I'm not really worried about that.
That's true.
The only thing to consider is the fence line.
Well, yeah, if you put a shelter there, if the shelter is going to go there.
Well, we won't build a shelter for a little bit, anyways.
Yeah, then it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter for this weekend. We have decided. If it doesn't matter, then just keep on thinking.
I know. Sorry, Jen. I'm okay. There's a lot of stuff.
No, I mean, that log and stump will go. I believe, too, it probably has to go. It would be nice to be able to move it somewhere, maybe at a different... Nah, Jen says, forget it. It's ugly.
What? I didn't say that. I
like the idea of filling up the stump holes with a bunch of ferns or something.
Yeah.
So the whole stump becomes this wall of green. That would be cool.
I wonder if we can drag it. I don't know.
No.
Yeah. Too hard.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Make a mess. Decisions. When you own a piece of property and you gotta landscape it and build it up and stuff, there's a lot of decisions to make. David's back. Executive decision is to do nothing.
See, and Diana says make it a fern fairy garden.
Well, that was my idea.
Yeah, those are cute.
Is her name Diana? That makes sense.
Isn't that what she said? Rolf!
Oh, we have a draft horse. It's totally true. Lena, pull that log out of the way.
It's true. Saying that we need to get our horses to be useful. Yeah.
They are useful. They're adorable.
That's useful? Sweet. I'm super adorable.
Yeah.
No shoveling for me tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll just be cute enough.
So we'll see how things sort of pan out. We'll look at it tomorrow and.
Oh yeah, Diana from Trinidad. Trinity Diana. Oh, that's so cute. So now we have somewhere else to say Trinidad.
Yeah, that'd be cool to make it too.
We'll add it to our, well, even just that we were listing all these different places, right? We didn't say Trinidad in our horsey.
Oh, that's true.
Family.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
when we were
We
listing?
didn't say that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
We love you too. Zeus did not stay up for it. He sound asleep.
Zeus is dead asleep. I mean, it's only 10:30 or so. It's not that.
He just snored when you did that, so he must hear you at least some of it. He heard his name. No, Macaroni is just a, I don't know what you'd say about him. He's big and he's lovely, and if you actually work with him, most people really, really like him. He just has this sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, scared, or he's very sort of skittery in a sense sometimes. And so he just has this lovely feel. I just feel, I don't know, not sorry for him, but it's like a little tiny helpless dog. You just want to like, oh, it's okay, Macaroni. Like even today, he was laying down and I was able to go up to him and hang out with him, but he is the first to sort of look like he's going to jump up or sort of not stay laying down. And so, but I got up and when you build that trust, he has these incredible eyes that you can just, he's so happy when you make a connection. I don't know. He just has a really cool feel. Yeah.
He's a good horse. He's a good listener. He's looking, or it feels like he's looking to make sure that everybody's okay. But he's young. I mean, I think he's pretty young in mind. I wouldn't see him as sort of an old soul or something like that. He's more like one of those timid, a little bit of a timid character. And they're very sensitive horses. They get scared easy, but they learn fast as well. They learn really well off of quiet. He's a very good learner, and because he's an excellent observer. You don't have to do much to make him go. You'd freak him out if you did too much. It wouldn't work for him. It's not that he shouldn't be acclimated to that kind of thing, like being louder and stuff like that, but
he's just very sensitive.
He's super sensitive, and the work that needs to be done with him, when it gets done, within the time frame that I have, I need to do it very methodically and carefully, because he'll catch on to stuff really so fast as well. But I need to take the worry and the fear out of him as much as I can. So, but the flip side of it is he's so trusting that if I approach him with something, he tends to just handle it. He'll be afraid and stuff, but he'll sort of handle that. And you think, did I actually get you through this? Are you built up? Is this working? Or are you just trusting that you're not going to die because you're with me? And I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes.
There's a question above. I don't know. There's a question above. Just saying.
Where's the question?
I don't know. What are you saying, Carla? What question is there? Did we miss a question? Oh, wait. Is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Write it down.
Annette. Yeah, it's true. Lena is a quiet person, like quiet horse.
We don't know why he likes her so much.
But he gets very attached to horses because he got very attached to Luke as well at first, and we had to separate them. And then you put him with Lena, and he got really attached to Lena. And then we had to spend some time with him alone.
Yeah.
Because he gets, I think he gets over attached, in fact. And so then we were always working on him not being so attached. But I mean, he was young, so I don't know.
Horses being what's called buddy sour is super common. I get a lot of questions about buddy sour or herd sour or I don't know, it's some crap word for it. But essentially, it's very natural for horses to want to make sure other horses are around. They're herd animals. They want to be in a herd. They want to make sure that some other animal is also helping to look out for them. And going off on their own goes against um, goes against their nature. It's rare to see a horse wander off on its own, and so you have to work them through it. They have to be good with being with you. They have to be fine with, you have to be Macaroni's Lena or whatever, and so that they don't get so concerned if you take them somewhere or they got to go somewhere with you. They'll just be with you. So that takes time.
Yeah, that's true. Carla had said that there was animal communicators. Thoughts? What are your thoughts on people that claim they can communicate?
Well, as you guys know, I'm pretty science-based, and I haven't seen any horse communicator stories or situations, I guess, that have anything more than sort of faith or belief in there. I mean, I have experience with somebody who marketed themselves as a horse communicator, and she, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for all of them for sure. I've only met a couple maybe, and I've been kind of skeptical. As I always am, I'm skeptical of a lot of things. And my skepticism hasn't faded yet from these so far. I haven't seen anything that has allowed my skepticism to fade. And this lady's having a lot of trouble with her horses, and it kind of went through my head, if you're so good at horse communicating, why not just communicate to your horse to calm down and do what you want? I don't know if it works that way, though. Maybe when the horse communicators say it doesn't work that way, it's more like reading tarot cards where it's just a chance thing and you gotta whatever. And I don't even know. So, I mean, I wouldn't, I don't have an opinion. Other than I haven't seen anything proven to me yet that there's such a thing as a horse communicator. If you're good with horses and you know how to read them and your observation skills are amazing and your feel towards them works really well for the horse, I think that in itself is sort of horse communication and talking with the horse and reading them. Somebody might be very good at observing what a horse might be thinking and doing. But I have heard those that can get on the phone with you and tell you what your horse's life was like and why they're having trouble and what they're thinking. I'm pretty skeptical of those ones for sure. So whether you're talking about the ones that are why isn't the camera? Oh, there we go. Are you talking about the ones that are good in person or not good in person, or the ones that are good on the phone or something like that? I don't know, but so I'm not very good with things that rely on just belief. I feel much more positive about things that are based off of theory and provable concepts, repeatable provable concepts, where they've been tested in a competent and critical manner, And yeah, I think that's probably the best way to put it for now. Hopefully that makes sense. Man, I get a lot of questions. You gotta really address some hard things. You know, I don't want to be critical. I don't want to. I don't want to be, you know, hard on an industry, a small industry that might be relying on things, or the people that rely on these people. It's like fortune tellers. You know, fortune tellers. If fortune tellers were so good at telling fortunes, then everybody says, well, why don't you just buy a lottery ticket? Aren't you good at telling the future? Just go figure out the numbers for the lottery. They're valid arguments, you know. What's the weather? Why don't you be a weatherman? I mean, our weather reporter sucks. I mean, today alone, it's supposed to be thunderstorms and pouring down rain and stuff. We had a little clouds, some rain coming in here and there. I mean, if you could just find some fortune teller to be the weatherman, wouldn't that be amazing? You know, maybe they could predict when the next car accident is going to happen, and then everybody won't have a car accident or something. I mean, useful reasons to be able to see the future. So, anyways, did you just lift your foot up to the camera?
Did, yeah. I was adjusting my pant leg.
Anyway, so yeah, for the horse communicating world, I'm very welcome and open to the idea of somebody showing me that it works in a provable manner. Most of the time, if you ask them to do that, they say they can't. And so right there, it's a red flag. I'm out. I just check out right at that point. So that would be my opinion. I'm sure you can discern where I stand from there. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's okay that, like you said, I don't want to be critical, and I thought, but you have to be critical in order to use critical thinking. So I understand what you're trying to say. You're not trying to criticize these people or tell anyone that anything other than your opinion, but exactly, you're science-based. So that's okay.
But I mean, there's the flip side of these things, where these people, like fortune tellers, can be counselors, can be people who can encourage people to make a change in their life, hopefully for the good. They can be encouragers and they can be cheerleaders, and it can appear to be very legitimate. And for those that are listening to it and believe in it, it might really take them places. So I wouldn't want to discourage that sort of process from happening whatsoever. But anyways, it's getting on 10:40. I think Jen's falling farther into her chair.
Jenny's getting tired.
Jenny's getting tired. It's been a good chat. It's been a long one. I don't even know how long we've gone for. A little while now. But it's been good. We're getting off topic too. We're starting to talk about all kinds of other things. A 3-hour live stream. Is that right? What does the phone say? 2 hours and 13 minutes. Is that what it says? It's tiny text. 2 hours and 13 minutes. Yeah. But it's great. I mean, we love this. We love sitting here in front of a fire. You guys have lots of things to kind of talk about and listen to us. It's like a live podcast. It's only 3:42 on Sunday. Catch up. We will be catching up in 15 hours.
We'll see you there.
We'll see you in the future.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be a good day. With any luck, if time allows for it, I'll try to do something in the small arena.
Hey, yeah, you were gonna do. Never mind. You were gonna work with Luke in the back. Did you do that or no?
No, I didn't get the opportunity to do it.
Oh,
no. That's a good point. Actually, that'd be a good thing to do. Lots of real world scenarios that don't really kind of come out.
I'll still be ahead.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's been a good night. It's
Yes.
been interesting. Yeah. Till tomorrow, I think. Then we're going to say goodnight. Alice is still around, but Alice is probably checked out.
Yeah.
Only a few people kind of hanging around.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good sleep.
Yeah.
Or party up like Annette right now.
Yeah, whatever time it is.
Yeah.
Or we're nighttime, but some people are morning, some people are afternoon, evening, and then of course there are a few you local people right now that are nighttime. You'd be going to bed as well. David, we'll see you tomorrow.
Woohoo!
I don't know what time. Just plan for sometime in the morning, I guess.
Anytime.
Yeah.
We're always here.
Yeah. We're always here.
Well, when we say we're going to be here.
Yeah. Clean up and organization in the morning. Make sure horses are fed. Typical horsey check. And then on with building, I guess. We got to clean up the area that's beside there as well. It's full of all kinds of stuff that's in the way. All right. Oh, Alice is still there.
Oh, yay.
How about that? Yes, thank you. We will sleep well. It's been a great evening. It's really enjoyable. It really is. Just a quiet Saturday night. That's essentially how it works around here. Just keep it quiet. Relaxing after a day of being busy. So. All right, that's it for now. Yeah, we'll see you guys again tomorrow for sure. And the next day. And the next day. Oh, geez. Anyways, thank you, Alice. Last time. Really great. Just amazing gifts.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. So that's it. I'm going to shut it down right about now.
Night.